Hello, it's Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. This video we're going to provide analysis for the 2019 Kentucky Derby. A wide open race in my opinion that could benefit you with some big prices. Now I know we've had favorites, a streak of favorites win the past several years, more than several, but I think this year might be an opportunity to really profit from this chaotic race. So it's wide open. So let's look at each horse. Number one, War of Will. To me, this is an interesting horse. The distance shouldn't be a problem. And when we talk about the Kentucky Derby, it usually comes down to a few key things. Yeah, a lot of factors factor in. You got to get lucky, all those sorts of things. But it's typically what horse can get the distance, 1.25 miles, and they've never done that before, so that's always a crapshoot. So that's one of the main things you always want to look for and consider if the horse could get the distance. What post it draws. Unfortunately, the one post has historically not been too kind to the Kentucky Derby horses that are running from the first post. So that's a negative. So you always got to factor that in. This War Will, number one, has to take a major jump in speed figures to compete. But he's wanted Churchill Downs. Is horse for course angle a big thing when it comes to the Kentucky Derby? I don't know if it's up there that much as it is on a normal race day. But if you're looking for positives for War Will, then that's one of them. But I think the bad post is too much to overcome. Number two, Tax. This is a very interesting horse in my opinion. Definitely a long shot worth considering and putting in all your exotics, which is your exactas, trifectas, and superfectas. He was second in the Wood at Aqueduct. He's got good speed figures. Again, the inside post, is that going to be too much? How much of a factor or how much of a negative is that to you when you consider playing these inside horses in Kentucky Derby? Second at Churchill Downs. I like his running style. So Tax, in my opinion, is a legitimate long shot that's you should seriously consider. Number three, by my standards, could keep trending up and improving. It's the Louisiana Derby winner, which is usually a decent Derby prep race. Came in second at Churchill before, so he's been competitive at this track. But the distance might not be to his suiting. I don't know if he's bred to go the distance. And it's got a tough task today. So I'll pass on number three, by my standards. Number four, I'll pass on Gray Magician. He's a long shot for good reason. I don't see it, so I'm going to skip that horse and go on to number five, Improbable. Now we start talking about Mr. Baffert. That's my thing. Since Omaha Beach scratched, he was going to be a contender, probably the favorite. Now it's probably going to fall into Bob Baffert's horses being favorites, which I hate, because anytime somebody, a lot of times the Kentucky Derby people go and pay attention to horse racing when they never do. So, but if those people know one person, it's that white-haired guy with the glasses, with the sunglasses. And that, unfortunately, they bet just on that angle alone, which can be profitable, or at least make you a winner. So for good reason, you would bet on Bob Baffert. But Improbable is a legitimate contender. No surprise here. He's raced a good competition. He has good workouts. He won at Churchill Downs by 7 lengths. He could be ready for a good effort. So this is a major contender in my opinion. So, but my thing is hopefully we get a good price on number five, Improbable. Number six, Vekoma. It's another good horse. Good speed figures. He's got some class. I like his running style. Should be one of the early speeds. There's not much speed in this race, I don't think, especially since Omaha Beach has scratched. I hope number six, Vekoma, could get out to among the early pace setters. I think that would fit this horse nice. But it might not like the distance. And so that's something to consider. But if it rains, and it's all indications it's going to be a nasty, wet Kentucky Derby in 2019. So if it becomes an off track, so muddy, sloppy, this horse will like it. So maybe that will counterbalance my concerns about the distance for it. Number 7, Maximum Security, the Florida Derby winner. Had a good day with Maximum Security and the exacta there on the 2019 Florida Derby. Never lost. I hate to give up on horses that that keep winning. It's never. I like to ride that until they actually lose. So definitely tough competition, of course, but it's maybe a contender to factor in. You can't knock a horse that's never lost. So keep that in mind. Number 8, Tacitus. A lot of people like this horse. This is a buzz horse. Good speed figures. You know, several people are wanting to root for it because Bill Mott's never won the Derby. It might be on the upswing. The trends this horse might keep improving. We'll like the off track too. Should eat it up. Definitely a contender. Won the Wood Memorial, which was in my opinion, hopefully will produce a lot of quality horses. So that's definitely a contender. Number 9, I can't even say its name, Plus Q Parfait, I think it is. I'm not sure if it's going to be that competitive at this group. You know, they're the bow horses. You never know. I'll believe it when I see it, but I'll pass on the Parfait. Number 10, Cutting Humor. Now bear with me. This is a long shot for sure, but I think to factor in your exactas, your trifecta, superfectas, I think it's worthy of considering, even at a win contender. And I know some people might think I'm crazy for thinking about this, but it's got really good workouts. Sure, the Sunderland Derby wasn't probably the toughest race, but we've had long shots come out of the Sunderland Derby before at huge prices. So if you got a few bucks, it might be worth the effort of wagering on number 10, Cutting Humor. Definitely in the exotics, because again, this is a wide open race. So I'm giving everybody almost a fair shot for the most part. Number 11, High Call. A nice closing horse. Will like the off track, I think. Shouldn't mind the distance. So definitely number 11 should be factored in your exactas, trifectas, superfectas. Number 12, Omaha Beach. Unfortunately, it was scratched. I hate that. For Richard Mandela and the Connections. Would have been a good horse. Mike Smith, you know, a great jockey. So sorry about that, but it's scratched. Number 13, Code of Honor. It's been working out pretty good. Might be a factor for the tries and supers, but I don't think it's going to get up in time to win. Number 14, speaking of win, is another closer. Likes the distance. Again, maybe third or fourth. Then we get to Master Fencer, this Japanese horse. Mysterious horse. And you always got to be wary of mystery and the unknown. Beware of the unknown. Wouldn't be surprised because I think he liked the distance. Will he win? I don't know, but I'd be shocked if it did. But I got screwed last year in my Superfecta because a foreign horse got up there and knocked me out of the Superfecta. So be cautious with that one, but we'll see. That's an interesting horse to pay attention to. Probably might come in last, but it might come in second or third and beef up those big payouts on Derby Day. Number 16, Game Winner, Bob Baffert again. Think he can bounce back from the second place finish at the Santa Anita Derby, won at Churchill. Will like the off track. The pace scenario sets up for him. He's got a great trainer and knows how to get horses ready for the Kentucky Derby. That's a legitimate contender. Legitimate. Don't give up on Game Winner because he might be in the winner's circle when it's all said and done. Number 17, Roadster, who did win the Santa Anita Derby. Another Bob Baffert horse, but I like the other. So Bob Baffert has 3 horses. and Roadster being one of them, but I like the other two. That is Improbable and Game Winner. Number 18, Long Range Toddy. Like this horse in the Rebel. Made me some money in the Rebel at Oaklawn Park, but I don't like it today because it's a lot of, this is the ultimate here. Super tough competition. Will it shock me? No, but I'm going to try to use other horses. Would love to see John Cord, who's a veteran jockey, win. That'd be great. So a lot of times I don't mind donating money to Churchill Downs in the name of a good story. I would rather not have a good story, or I would rather have a good story and win money, but if Long Range Toddy beats me and John Cord wins the Kentucky Derby, I'll lick my wounds and be okay with that. Number 19, Spinoff, another interesting long shot. It keeps improving. Todd Pletcher's kind of might be sneaky this year. Why not give it a chance at these long odds? I think the speed, it was second in the Louisiana Derby, so I think that's a long shot to really consider. Country House, a closer, a true long shot. Will like the distance, but it doesn't have enough speed to compete. I doubt it. So I'm going to leave out number 20, Country House. It could probably finish 4th or 3rd, but due to budget restraints, I'm going to try to leave it out. Number 21, Bodie Express. It got in, so this is one to consider. So how am I going to beat bet? Hopefully I can beat the Kentucky Derby. How am I going to bet the 2019 Kentucky Derby? Well, that comes down to Bob Baffert's horse, 2 of them. So I already mentioned 5 Improbable and number 16, Game Winner. Some other contenders, I think, number 2, Tax, number 6, Vacoma, number 7, Maximum Security, number 8, Tacitus. That would be the ones I think is going to win. Now, who am I going to bet? Probably Improbable, number 5, and number 16, Game Winner, because all these factors, the distance, the connections, the probability that it's going to be an off track and they're going to like the off track, the running style, the post positions, all these factors I think give me the best shot at those couple horses winning. I hate that they're associated with Bob Baffert in the sense that the odds are going to be lower than probably I would prefer if it wasn't Bob Baffert, but on the positive side of that, he knows what he's doing, and I feel confident that these horses are going to be ready. But watch out for number 2, Tax, and number 6, Vacoma. That would be some legitimate contenders at really good prices. So there's no shame. I'll bet 5 horses if I can make a profit betting all 5 horses. There's no, for me, bragging rights to go with just one horse in a 20-horse chaotic field and say, I was a man and I took just one horse. That's bull. You know what? I don't care. I'll bet 3 or 4 horses if that can make me a profit. There's no shame in that. But the long shots you want to consider, number 2, Tax, which I've talked about. Number 10, Cutting Humor. Number 11, High Call. I don't know as far as winning, but number 13, Code of Honor. Number 14, Win-Win. Number 19, Spinoff. And number 21, Bodie Express. That's all you could factor in your exactas and your superfectas. If it becomes a muddy track, pay attention to these sources. Number 5, Improbable. Number 6, Vacoma. Number 8, Tacitus. Number 11, High Call. And number 16, Game Winner. I think they're really going to like the off track. That's something you should really factor in because all indications it's going to be a nasty day and a wet track at Churchill Downs. So for more of my picks, to see all my exacta combinations, my superfecta combinations, and how I'm going to bet in detail, check out weekendhandicapper.com. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit that notification so you can get the latest videos when I roll them out. But good luck in the 2019 Kentucky Derby. And until next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering, and hope you make some money, hope I make some money in a wide open Kentucky Derby 2019. Take care.